Thank you, Chief Marvin Swallow, for being here and taking the time to come and share a bit of your knowledge, your path, and a bit of your culture. It's a real big honor to have you here. And I know you arrived in Medellin last night, and you've made the effort to come here. So I'm really grateful for that, and to be able to share this time with you. And wondering if you could maybe start by introducing yourself.
Kolia Tashunke Yona Pakimia Wenji Tachan Wenji Chasichango Yatatan Wahi Titan Lakota Wota Kepikichi Lakovi Chokanke Hair Muspon Kapi Chaman Kama Yokloga Changlesh Kama Akama Itima Hel Hechataha Timakana Inama Koche Ketanka Papaki Wankata kya che mukpekta che mamliglesh ka yate ki che kashla kantanka yota makanki he che hon yampi che makasi tomnia dakwa kana makasi tomnia dueva kana che wonkaka dakudona ota ki hena ota ke piki hena he che dona he che tanke ki na dona yani makawi tonia ishan speki apiki hena Taku Wakan and Taku Washteki Hayapi Hoganai Che Woglaking Tucha. My name is Chief Marvin Swallow from the Rosebud Reservation, state of South Dakota. One of the 7 bands of the Lakota Nation of the Teton Lakotas. And, the ways of life, teachings under the sacred tree, inside the sacred circle. From the grandmother earth, mother the land, the grandpa the mountains. We send our voices up into the heavens, beyond the cloud nations, the spot eagle nation, the grandfather, the great spirit, and the most highest holy, creator of all things. And all around the universe, whatever's holy, whoever's holy, our ancestors, ask them to be with us and guide us and protect us on our everyday walk of life and our journey on the Red Road, and all the relatives in North America, South America, and in between, and all around the universe for the 2-legged people of the earth and the world to have the connection and the respect to the elements and to the creation and the prayer, being connected with the highest and the Holy One to help us to be better people, make a better person out of anybody. And I have teachers about having love for yourself so you can learn to love others and learn to respect yourself so you learn to respect others, and teaches you to honor yourself so you can know how to honor others, and be watchful and careful and have that respect for the elderlies. You say you see an elder person having a hard time carrying heavy weight or something, so try to stop and help them, because if you're a good person, you'll be an elder someday. You may need the help, and it'll all come back to you when you need it. Same with all the handicapped people. Need help, try to help them too, because you never know in this world today. Anybody could get in any kind of accident any time unexpectedly. And it's all about having that connection to the Creator and these 4 winds and the heavens, the earth, and that circle of life they call the 7 directions. And when we when we pray, wherever we go on the earth, we always acknowledge them 7 directions and puts us inside the center of the universe, wherever we are on the earth. So you don't have to go into a church to pray. You can pray wherever you are on the earth. And they say the earth is an altar itself. So the indigenous and native peoples, they all pray that way wherever they are on the earth. And they have that connection with those ones that were here before us, the sound of their footsteps or the breaking of branches and the rumblings from the thunder beings and all those things, the winds and the water and all the elements, the fire, and having that respect. They say we all come from the spirit world and we're all spiritual beings having a human experience here on the earth. And a lot of us, a lot of people get stuck on the earth by having attachment to the world and to worldly things. They say the spirit road, it's called the Wichoni Chanku, and the English they call it the Milky Way. So that's the road of life and goes to the Christians call heaven, or the traditionals call happy hunting grounds. And it all goes back to how your faith and your belief. 'Cause over there they say that the Wichoni, the happy hunting grounds, they have many teepees there, and they have one there for you. So being connected to the ways of life of our ancestors, if you really love something or cherish something, they say, when you get help from the Creator, or if you get sick and you get well through ceremonial ways, through the Creator and through prayers, they always have gratitude and grateful for those things, so they have giveaway, and they give away those things that they really like and cherish. That way, he said, when you go to the spirit world, whatever you give away in the Creator's name, you put it in one of those teepees for you, and when you get there, everything you give away is waiting for you in that teepee. Or the Christians say the Lord have a big mansion with many rooms, and he has a room in there for you. Puts everything in that room. So gets people less attached to worldly things, and people even today when they die and they're going, then they can't. My new car, I can't leave that, or something in this world that they can't leave. So on that spirit road, it says a star. See a star come down, and those people always say, "Oh, somebody helps you try it again." They're attached to the world and these worldly things, all the confusion and all the things that lead people astray. And they say the red road is it's a very long road and a very hard road, but it's a good one. It's a good one that will get you there. People are going like single file on there. Not too many people like on Broadway. Like on Broadway and the Red Road and Sacred Road, they said they run side by side. It's easy to get people know even on the freeways, the detours get detoured off down into Broadway, and look like people having fun there, having a good time, drinking alcohol or doing drugs and laughing around and dancing. But behind that, there's a more misery, more things, more sad things and bad things going on, and some people they lose their families or lose their personal things and end up more drunk or more drugged up, and some people can't walk no more, just falling over and trying to sleep anywhere, or losing that respect for everything, the elements especially, and forgetting about the Creator and forgetting about the Mother and all these holy things that we're here to experience. Then they say the life on the earth and the world is an illusion. And they say the reality is one step away, one to go up to the happy hunting grounds or the heavens. And they have a word for the happy hunting ground they call Wichoni. That means life, and there's 3 Lakota words. We, the sun, Cho is beautiful. And then Ni is to live, to breathe. to say Wani, I live, Yani, you live. So the word ni, so they break all those words down to Wichoni, which it means. It means beautiful life under the sun. And then on the earth they call it Makawichoni, that they're saying life on the earth, under beautiful life on the earth under the sun. So it's all connected. And our water, they call Muni Wichoni, the water of life. No water, no life. So I say, try to drink water, drink more water, more than anything else. And those things that Wachekia, use the word Wachekia. Wa in Lakota, anything begins with Wa is Wakan, or holy, or sacred. Then to Chea is to cry. And then Kia is to give. So like when you're talking, when you're praying, you say the prayer is when you're talking, crying to the Creator. That's what they call the word prayer. So when it's coming from your heart, not just from your mind, thinking about all these things you want, things like that. More about really important things about life and connection to the home and the family and the extended family and the community, the tribe or the nation of people, wherever you're from. And they say all people that are here have been here before, and in other lives got been attached to the world here and still here. So they said that red road, so everybody on it ain't gonna make it over there because of the worldly temptations and all the confusion and all the detours, and then you get detoured off and get attracted to something else. All the good times on drinking and doing drugs and losing that connection to the Creator. And even some of them been born around those ways. They fall into other things and kind of leads them astray, and they want to come back, but they don't. So then some of them after many years, and they make it back and change their lives again. So they say, even the Christians say all the saints, they have their past, and all the sinners, they have their future. So they said it all starts from that first intention in the mind. However you want to do, tell the Creator about it. He said we've all been blessed by prayers we made to the Creator. Maybe not in the way that we thought it would be blessed, but it was blessed in a way so we'll understand. And that we'll, more connected you are to it, then you can start to see your prayers. And like they say life is a garden of life they call it. So they say don't forget your prayers. They say the garden of life. The prayer is like a seed, and then the same prayer on top of that prayer is like water in the garden of life. So you just pray about those important things like that, and then you start to see the first leaves and the stem, and see it grow into a good fruitful plant. And you start to see the fruit or whatever you're growing. You start to see it, and when it's ready, harvest time, I say thank you, Creator, for what you help to bring to life and be useful around the home and the family. So it's like the circle of life, there's no beginning and no end. It just keeps going, like the fire of no end. And we're just on the earth temporarily, so make the best use of it. And, if you're out there lost, come back home. Then that's where Grandpa and Grandma, you'll find them in the fireplace, and you'll remember those things that they talked about. And, the traditional things they call traditional are things that work, that were handed down through the generations. They call traditional. So.
What do you think is? I really appreciate that word that you just shared, because I think it's important for people out there, and a lot of people that are listening may come from let's say like a non-native background, or they've lost connection with their ancestral kind of traditions and homelands. What do you think is a good way for people like that to reconnect themselves to that path of life?
Our Lakota, they have the white buffalo calf pipe woman who left a lot of teachings about that love and understanding, respecting each other. And she brought the gift of the sacred chanupa, the sacred pipe, and they say chanupa is generations come from this. One is a woman and one is a man, and the generations follow a man and a woman. They don't follow a man and a man or a woman and a woman. So those are some of the original teachings about generations and generation fireplace and things like that. And not knowing those or being taken away from those, a lot of the governments and things that kind of took people away from their homelands and their teachings, and they were forced to learn other languages and go into different boarding schools under other churches' names, and to their theory or motto was kill the Indian and save the man. So they did a lot of things like that, and I don't think not only in North America or South America, but around the world, they did that to people, and to strip them from that and take the power away from them and their people and the women and all these things that distracted a lot of people from not knowing about their traditional teachings and beliefs, and just being like another wild animal out there. And to their manifest destiny theory too, they said if they didn't know, they call it the Lord Savior Jesus Christ, they didn't know him, then they didn't have no soul. So if you like where they live, they have their gardens, their home, to go ahead and just get rid of them, then you could have that place. So that's what they did across the Americas, from the south all the way up north, and probably all over around the world, different places. And, still going on today. Our governments are all connected to that, and we all have to have learn to have respect for other people and other cultures and other ways, because we are only human beings having, or spiritual beings having that human experience on the earth, and we're only here temporarily. So we have to, the happy hunting ground is everything is there. That's where the real life is. So once you're on the road, you say once you're in, you're in. There's no, try the Lakota ways of teaching. They say it's a way of life, and once you're in, you're in. And try to keep it and hang on to it for the future generations. All the teachings come from. They always remember seven generations that were here before us. All their words and their teachings and their songs and all their practices. And they said good words never died. So those are what are handed down through generations too, to encourage people to pray and have those good thoughts, because everything starts in the mind. And that's why they say, talk good to yourself. Tell the man, tell yourself you're a handsome man. Tell the women, tell them to tell themselves they're beautiful ladies, because that's what keeps them healthy and strong and bright and smiling and be happy. And they say beautiful and stay handsome that way. And they always say, Wakan, that's what they call the children. Wakan is sacred or holy, and Yaja, they're like sacred light, because they're fresh from the spirit world, and they're very pure. There was impurities, and scold a child might make them cry, but next minute or two they'll just come at you with big wide open arms and big smile and give you a big hug again. They say they learn to that hatred, jealousy, and envy, all those things from older siblings or parents or other adults, other people, to be mad or grouchy or like that, jealous or be envious of others and things like that. So I try to be say, try to be more childlike in your life. Be happy, stay healthy, and be strong that way. Have good intention. So they always say, in the morning when you pray, they always acknowledge these here 7 directions first, and then with a glass of water and his face towards the east, the rising sun, and then hold that glass through there and let that sun shine through there and pray with it. And you're done, pour a little out and drink some, drink the water. And whatever you pray about that day important, I will say it'll be that way. But if you just like run out the door kind of late, got to go without praying, you could get stuck in traffic or have a flat tire or a car problem or something, and whatever what that important appointment was, might not make it, and the doors are closed again. And say, yeah, but I prayed yesterday, but that was yesterday. That was another day. So encourage people to pray, to keep that connection. And a white buffalo cowpipe woman, she gave a lot of these teachings, and she said, I will be gone for a while, but when you see a newborn white buffalo, the time to her prophecy to remind each other to pray, to stay connected. And she said, not only me, the white buffalo, when you see other 4-legged white animals back on the earth, for all the other cultures to remind each other, pray. A lot of people, they say they were worried or stressed or nervous. They couldn't come to a ceremony. So tell them, well, you got to pray. Pray and give all your worries and your stress and your nervousness, whatever those are, to the Creator. Let Him worry about them. Let Him stress so you can have a normal, everyday life for that connection.
How important how important is it to live here, like in the moment, to not be in the past or the future, but to
Yeah, that's another thing they always say in ceremony. They say, "Wana ena uwo." They always say, "Be here now." Don't be thinking about last week or last month. 'Cause nothing you can do now could change whatever happened last week or last month, last year. Or don't be too far in the future because a lot of things always change. So just try to be in the moment, especially around the sacred and all the other thinking. Think about those things before or after. So that's what be here now is about. Being connected. Don't be too far out there.
I wanted to ask you before we were sitting down in the house and sharing some coffee and talking about the projects that you're doing with the Lakota Small Farms in South Dakota and Arigato Farms in New Mexico. Maybe you can share a bit about like that prayer, that project, what you're doing.
Arigato Farms in New Mexico and Lakota Small Farms in South Dakota on the Rosebud Reservation. It's all like ancestral prayer for the homes and the families, the tribe to come back to being self-sustaining, growing their own food, and bringing the Buffalo Nations back to the local people, so they have that connection to our ancestors. They say the Lakota come from the Pleiades and were implanted in the Black Hills and the Wind Caves, and the buffalo come out of those caves, and then the people come out after them. So they call them the buffalo, the Father Nation. And those wind caves, they're all full of those choke cherries. Choke cherries, so they call the Lakota the people of the choke cherries, and they use them for food and desserts, and especially for the ceremonial food to feed the ancestors. And even nowadays, they're saying that the scientists are saying that the cures cancer too, the choke cherries, and all these things that the nations, the people use. They're connected through prayers too. So, and to start a self-sustainable living farm and growing the good foods that are good for the people's health, for the health and for the children, the babies, and the young adults, the adults, and the elders, young elders, the older elders, and the the handicapped people, and those ones that are who really need good nutrition. Since hunting rights were taken away from the people and they're given commodities or rations and things like that, there's other things inside them that would give people diabetes and arthritis and heart problems and kidney problems and all kind of liver problems and all different things from the food that they're given to eat. And it's time to grow our own food and raise our own buffalo and live on the ancestral food that they left behind for the people to be healthy and be more loving and more happy and more healthy and more stronger and self-sustaining to be in that way and to say to people they did grow food before they got the horse to follow the buffalo. So and then they forgot about it after they just picking wild cherries and berries and other timsila, like other wild turnips and other things from the earth. And then the gardening. In the gardening, where the people live, is like maybe 2 3 months of good warm weather to grow anything, and then they wouldn't let them hunt. The rations and people they got get thrown in jail if they went out hunting for themselves and things like that. So we wanted to bring that culture back to our people, to our children, to be grow up that way too, and be more sustaining life and happy, healthy life. So that there's like part of a dream and a vision of the ancestors too, and just carrying on the prayer for them that they left behind. 'Cause it's going to come to reality soon. And the times now to do that, and because the way the world is and everything going on, and the people who made the COVID and people who made the vaccine, even worse, the ones who made the COVID, and all these things about going on in life, and not only affecting our people, but people all around the world. It's going on. They're trying to depopulate the world and things. It's time for us to maintain our own selves and keep that balance with the earth. And uh, uh, the White Buffalo Cowpipe woman, her teachings is about the flowering tree, the Sundance, and all the colors of mankind will come back to that flowering tree and connect it to the earth and the heavens was beyond the clouds, and then that circle of life. They say only seven are here forever: the sun and the moon, the stars, the rivers, the oceans, the prairies, and the skies. The rest of us are just visitors here on this planet Earth. So, and then they're talking about songs, singing songs. There's the prayer songs of making the music to creation, to the trees and the plants and the birds and the bees and the fishes and those ones that are sliding across the ground and those ones that live under the water and underwater world. And the ancestors, they call them the invisible people. You can't see them, but they're around here, and you could hear their footsteps, or you could hear the breaking of branches, or the landsliding, or the wind blowing, the thunder, the rain, and all those elements the presence of our ancestors and all the trees. They said a lot of the ancestors are in the trees, and all the good spirit, they're all around us all the time. So I always talk about having that respect for the elements and being connected to them. And when the loved ones pass away, they always give them that spirit food, and for all the other lost souls out there roaming around and things. So that's how we help to pray our relatives and our ancestors over there to the happy hunting grounds or into the heavens like that. And they say when they get there, then they pray for us. So we'll be good people and we'll make it and we'll see them again. In Lakota, there's no word for goodbye. I just said, I'll see you again later. So when someone passes away, they tell them the same thing too. See you again later over there. So that's how they talk to the spirit. They always call them kola, call the spirits friend, because you don't want to call a spirit or somebody you can't see. You don't want to call them an enemy. So I try to make friends with nature and the elements and everything connected between the earth and the sun and the moon, under the stars and the clouds and all around the universe. And so we're all equal, we're all one, so to use that word, Mitakuya Oyasi means all my relations, all the way down to the smallest ant, all God's creations. So we're related to all the winged ones, the four-legged ones, all the plant nation they call the one-legged ones, and all the flowers, the grasses, the trees, the waters, and what lives and grows under the water and all around the universe. So I'll say about that much. Who talk us?
Somos la tierra, somos la vida, somos la luz.